Well, hello. My name is Gant, and welcome back to Crystalline. Last time we were heading to the water temple, and to get there we had to go to Lumia. But Amy doesn't want to come here because she doesn't want to confront her professors. But we convinced her, and now we're here. Now, let's get started. I begin to recognize the stone buildings and indicate crystal lamps. Kara grins.
Looks like we finally made it.
Yeah. Amelia lets out a soft sigh.
Indeed, it appears so.
Look at her, she's like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. But this puta told me to be here. The city seems even more crowded than the last time I was here. Maybe it has to do with the time of day. So, are we just passing through here, or are we making a stop?
Well, I have a few things I want to take care of while we're here.
Okay.
Same here. I'd like to check in with some people.
Amy is silent. Why do you do this to me? Let's just get in the crystal realm, just go to the water temple. I don't want to be here. I'm scared. Don't be scared, Amy, come on. No, I'm scared. Yeah, please protect me. No. Amy is silent. Leanna sends her a sympathetic glance, patting her on the arm.
Just remember, everything's gonna turn out fine.
And everything's gonna be alright. Amelia doesn't look too convinced, but she nods.
Perhaps it would be best to meet at the inn when all of our matters are accomplished.
That sounds good.
Yep.
Then it's settled. We'll meet back up at the inn in the evening.
With a nod, the group splits up and goes their separate ways. Alright, let's see. See what Leanna's doing. Zach and Cara. No, I want to do Amelia. I want to see if she talks to her professors or not. Amy is going to be at the Mage Academy. I think she could use some moral support. I retrace my steps to the academy and spot Amelia among the way. Hey! Amy shuffles to a stop. Surprise flickers across her face.
Oh,
She blinks.
hello.
She barely seems to register I'm there. Her mind is clearly somewhere else. She must really be worried about facing the academy today. I'm gonna give her a pep talk. Are you kidding me? This is like my little sister right here. You know what I mean? You gotta give her that pep talk, like, you could do this. Be strong. Don't give a fuck what they say. You know what I mean? Hey, it's going to be okay. They might be angry at first, but you're a lot more capable than what they give you credit for. They will have no choice but to see that. Amelia blinks.
Your confidence does provide some solace to my distress.
Yeah. Of course. They can't possibly stay mad when they realize how much of this adventure had benefited your studies. She pauses, mulling over my words. She's so quiet that at first I'm not sure if I've convinced her, but eventually she nods. That familiar spark finally returns to her eyes.
I find your evaluation reassuring. I hope you are correct in that assessment.
Well, I'm kinda dumb, so maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but you know what? We never know until we try. So, you got any ideas how you're going to convince them?
I do. I plan to show them all the research I've gathered on our journey hence far.
That's cool. What kind of research?
A continuation of Eldorism's research into the temples of the ancients. I also have extensive notes on your impressive and accelerated mastery of casting and fighting.
Wait, what?
Of course, those findings I will not be sharing with the Academy at this time.
I let out a breath I hadn't realized I'd been holding. Good. She cocks her head to the side as she examines me.
Your bewilderment just now was unexpected.
Sorry, it's just I was worried you were going to tell them about me and that they'll find out I'm from another world. But I'm glad you're leaving that out.
I believed it to be quite obvious that I would not be providing that information.
I smile at Amy, showing my gratitude. She may seem a robotic at times, but she really does care about her friends. Thanks, Amy. That's nice of you. She blinks.
After all, it is irrelevant for my report.
Oh. Well, I've always been irrelevant in life. You know? That's what happens when you live in the ghettos of East Los. No, I'm just kidding. Just imagine... when I do shit like that, just imagine I, like, actually break down. Like... I'm like, no, I'm not crying. This is all a fake. And then you're just actually crying. I wonder if people do that. There's so much things I want to know. Like, do like actual like small channels, do they just break down when they say like, oh, my past and I don't know, man. Amelia turns and starts walking away. Hey, wait. I follow her through the academy, through the rough iron gates, and into a familiar square, grassy square. There are fewer students out here today. That's when I was with Leanna. Maybe most of them are in class. A few students in red and blue cloaks glance curiously at us as we pass. In fact, I receive more curious looks. Why are they staring at us? Amy doesn't bat an eye.
Their stares are directed at you. As you are not a student, they are merely curious as to the reason for your visit.
Oh, I thought maybe they knew about you or something.
I am just one student out of many.
Well, you're like some kind of prodigy, right? Like, wouldn't you be like the most popular girl? Wouldn't it be like, is that Amy? Have you seen her? Look at her. It's Amy. Oh my god. Dude, it's Amy. Oh my god. You know what I mean? I don't know. But they look at me like, who the fuck is this guy now wearing a cloak? We're gonna go rob his ass after this. Sorry, it's just... okay. She makes a fair point. I don't know most of the students back at my university either.
Come, we should go this way.
We enter the castle, and Amelia leads me up a spiral staircase. Our footsteps echo across the stone as we travel in silence. Amelia's expression is impossible to read. I'm not sure if that's a good sign or not. He leads me into an open room. It looks like a library or a study hall. A few students peek around their books to get a glance at us, then return to whatever they were doing. We push to the back of the room and into a small office where a woman wearing a flowing black robes sits at the desk. Her long teal hair is still thick, but her amber eyes are seized with fine wrinkles exposing her age.
Professor Odessa.
She looks up at us, then lowers her quill and purses her lips into a fine line.
Amelia?
Oh, she looks really young. I thought it was gonna be like, who was it? Like Professor Xavier last time we came? Like an old guy? But no, this is like a young lady. What the fuck? Amy remains still, silent. The professor's gaze slides to me and raises a brow.
Oh, you brought a friend.
Yes, he is one of my travel companions.
I see.
She folds her hands together.
I'm sure I don't have to explain to you what must happen now that you returned.
I am well aware of the consequences of my actions.
Professor Odessa nods and pushes herself to her feet.
Then you know that I must alert the council of your return.
Look how pissed she is. Like, I gotta alert the council. You're gonna get expelled. We're gonna throw you out into the streets and you're gonna be homeless. Try to find your way back home, bitch. So just kidding. Amelia nods, and Professor Odessa expression softens. She placed a comforting hand on Amy's shoulder.
It is good to see you again.
Aw.
Thank you, Professor.
Let's go then. The council is very upset with you, with good reason. But I'll make sure you have a chance to speak and explain yourself.
Aw. Again, Amelia nods.
The sentiment is much appreciated.
Professor Odessa hesitates as her gaze lands on me again.
As I mentioned, he has accompanied me on my travels. I would wish to have him present should the council have any questions about my whereabouts or research.
Very well.
I stay quiet as I follow the two of them through the academy. I feel very out of place, but want to remain supportive of Amy. Eventually, we pause in front of a set of double doors. Professor Odessa pushes open the doors, and they creak resoundingly. A group of robed professors sit around a large table. Their chatter ceases when we enter, and all eyes turn to us.
Professors?
They nod in greeting. Professor Odessa steps aside to reveal Amelia.
I call upon the council to hear the case of Amelia Estelle.
She takes a seat amongst the professors, while Amy steps up.
Greetings, professors.
Their faces are stern.
Amelia Estelle, you left the academy against the will of your professors with no indication of your whereabouts.
I indicated my location within the message I left behind.
He glowers at her.
Yes, in Ember Mist, a fictional city.
With all due respect, Professor, Ember Mist is a very real location.
Another professor chimes in.
Amelia, please take the council seriously. The consequences of your actions could be quite severe.
Hey, fucker. Don't talk to her like that. Who do you think you are, puto? Like shit. Damn, man. How severe exactly are these consequences? Can't he get expelled?
The only permissive reason for prematurely departing the academy is if on a sanctioned field study.
I was on a sanctioned field study.
Sanctioned by the academy.
You know, she sanctioned it. She just wrote a note like, I do what I want. Just put sunglasses on her.
I understand, Professor. But if I may ask, what more could I have done to be granted a field study by the academy?
Damn.
My numerous attempts to acquire one has unequivocally been denied without a clear explanation.
The professors glance at each other.
Any declinations of field studies would be due to a poor fit between student and study.
Amelia frowns.
Can you please elaborate as to how I am a poor fit? I have proven myself a sufficient mage caster in my classes. I have completed all prerequisites necessary to obtain a field study without fail. As such, I am one of the most ideal candidates for a field study.
Your maturity level and ability to communicate with your peers is lacking. Your premature departure from the academy is a prime example of your immaturity.
Can we just kill Professor number 2? Just murder him? Seriously, I would have been like with my sword ready, like, just right there down the throat, like, bam.
I do apologize for my actions, and I recognize that my method in obtaining my field study were unorthodox. However, my research from the study has been most enlightening. I am confident should you hear what I have to say, you will be in agreement.
Amelia, I don't know what sort of situation you've gotten yourself involved in, but I can assure you it is not a field study.
Dude, when am I gonna step in? Like, I'm just sitting back, like, I don't know, like looking around, like, oh, look at all these books around. Oh, you know what I mean? Like looking around like a dumbass. Amy opens her mouth to retort, but the professor holds up a hand, stopping her. This isn't looking too good. Maybe I should step in. Damn right you should step in. Can you guys try to hear her out? I think you'll be surprised. The professor seemed to see me for the first time, then glares at me.
Young man, this is private academy business. You shouldn't be allowed to.
Professors, he is one of my associates who has accompanied me on my field study. I would request that he would be allowed to remain.
I, for one, would like to hear what Amelia has to say.
Finally step in, the whole time they're like, no. You know what I mean? Like all mean, and she's like, just gonna look around at all these books. La-di-la-di. Like, seriously guys, what have we been doing, me and her, the whole time? The professor quiets down as Professor Odessa fixes them a stern look. She gestures to Amy to continue. Amy nods as she gathers her thoughts. The tension in her body relaxes slightly, and she stands taller. She glances at me, and I flash her a grin. She's got this.
On my journey, I have come across substantial information about temples of the ancients.
Professor Odessa's brows shoot up.
An interesting and unusual subject.
Amelia nods. She digs deep into her bag and pulls out several scrolls. She rolls them out across the table. She reveals notes, symbols, and elaborate sketches. I crack my neck to get a better look. I knew Amy has been keeping detailed notes, but the amount of detail is still very impressive. The professors gather in a circle and lean over the table to examine it.
As you can see from my findings, using previous notes from Eldorism, I have successfully accessed the temples which were forgotten by society. Each one has high concentration of energy.
Professor Odessa grins. She shifts her half-moon spectacular up her nose.
Elder Isim's research was incomplete.
Correct. I was able to use the research to orient myself to the general location of each temple. Once closer to the area, it was a mixture of cross-referencing notes with anecdotes from the fellow travelers, which helped me pinpoint each temple's exact location. For reference, the fire temple was located in the ancient city of Ember Mist.
The professors pause at the mention of Ember Mist, then continues to pore over the notes. Professor Odessa looks up at Amelia, her eyes sparkling. A whisper of a smile is on her lips.
I have to admit, this is impressive work.
Oh, yeah, now it's impressive. I know who you are, Professor Number 2. Don't think you can do whatever. This guy.
Your notes are meticulous and well documented, and the findings are worthwhile.
The others murmur and nod in agreement. Amelia says nothing. She seems to be holding her breath.
However, I believe I speak for the group when I say this is incomplete.
Amy blinks at the shock of evident. Amy blinks and the shock is evident on her face. Her brow knits in worry.
Which means, I propose that you continue on your Academy-sanctioned field study, while we review the current research you have collected.
Yes. The professors glance at each other, then agree in a chorus of nods and murmurings. Amelia breaks into a broad grin as her eyes wide with hope.
Really?
She is so excited that she's practically squealed the words out. Immediately, she claps her hands over her mouth. Her face turned beets red.
I agree.
Okay, Professor Number 2. You were the dick the whole time. Now you agree. Alright.
Despite my better judgment, your research is most impressive. I too agree.
Then it's settled. You are officially on your field study assignment for your eligibility to join the rank of Magecaster upon successful completion.
Amelia clears her throat.
Thank you. This is a great honor.
She indicates her head. She inclines her head, her bangs covering her eyes. Professor Odessa smiles and pats her on the shoulder.
Of course. Well done.
I can practically feel the embarrassment shimmering off Amelia in waves. She lifts her head, her face still slightly red from her outburst. The other professors still seem a little ruffled, but it's clear they're impressed.
I think we'll be seeing great things from you, Miss Estelle.
After being dismissed, Amy and I exit the council room. Congratulations. This is amazing news.
Yes.
Suddenly, she squeals and latches onto me in a tight hug. Whoa.
Thank you. It was with your assistance that I have finally acquired a field study.
That was all you, but I'm glad I could help. Gently, I return her hug. Just as suddenly, Amy lets go and smooths her robes. When she looks back up at me, she regains her calm and collected composure. The only hint of her previous excitement is the sparkle in her eyes. You ready to go back to work? Sorry. I don't know why I like to add words. I don't know, it just feels natural, you know what I mean? You're ready to go back to work. You ready to go back? She nods. As I follow Amelia out of the academy, I see Professor Odessa in my peripheral vision. She's talking to a man who looks around her age. He has a white stripe with his dark hair and wears knight armor. Does he work for the Mage Guild? He looks familiar. I think I know him from somewhere. You know I'm gonna look at him. Amelia doesn't seem to have noticed them. I scoot a bit closer to get a better look at the guy. His eyes are mismatched. One is brown while the other is blue. Professor Odessa embraces him warmly.
Rixnay, my Mage-Knight in shining armor is here.
Oh, it's one of the heroes. But which one? Wait. Rexney? He's one of the heroes. Now I know why he decided to stay in Haven Guard. Professor Odessa giggles at Rixney, fondly rolling his eyes. As Rixney fondly rolls his eyes.
You're always so dramatic.
How could I not be when a revered class ass from the Mage Guild comes all this way to visit little old me?
That rank pales in comparison to being the most beautiful and intelligent professor in all of Havengard.
You. Just look at that. That's the best. Wow, that guy is really smooth, I'm not gonna lie. A faint blush dusts her cheeks. As she smiles up at him, he matches her smile, then leans in as he wraps around her waist.
So, what's the lesson planned for today, Professor?
Why don't you come in for office hours and we can discuss it further?
Okay, I don't think my character should be hearing any of this. Okay, I'm done eavesdropping on this conversation. Feeling a bit flustered, I quickly catch up with Amy. She looks back at me as she hears me approach, but otherwise doesn't react. We make our way out of the academy. Once we reach the streets of Illumia, we part ways. Alright, let's see what Leanna's up to. Wandering through the shops of Illumia, I catch a glimpse of white armor turning the corner. Is that Leanna? I hurry to catch up to her and tap her on the shoulder. She stops and turns around. A small smile lights her face.
Oh, hey!
Hey, are you taking care of some shopping while you're in Illumia? While we're in Illumia.
Not exactly. Since I'm back in the city, I figured I should stop at the Mage Guild and file my report.
Report? She nods.
I have to give an update on the energy spike anomalies. We know now that they were caused by the temporal rifts.
My stomach gives an unpleasant twist. If she's going to be reporting on the temporal rifts... Wait, you're not going to mention me, are you? Leanna shakes her head.
Don't worry. You're a byproduct of the spike, not the cause of it.
Oh. The anxiety lessens in my stomach. Well, that makes sense, but what will happen if the guild determines she's solved the case? Does that mean you're going to be assigned to another case? Leanna blinks, surprised, then laughs.
Oh, no, not at all. I haven't discovered the cause of the rifts or the anomalies, so I haven't completed my mission yet.
Do you know how long you're going to take? Leanna grins.
Why? Are you gonna miss me?
What I'm gonna choose. That's my line. Or, yes, I'll miss you like the stars miss the sun. Which is stupid because the sun is a star. No, that's my line. No, but you might miss me too much. Leanna lifts an eyebrow.
Oh, really?
Don't worry, I'll try to make my way back to you as quickly as possible. Wouldn't want you to pine for me too much. I lean in to kiss her, but a blast of wind hits my face. I try to move forward, but it's too strong. What the? I open my eyes to see Leanna's face is inches from mine, her lips pulled up into a slight smirk. Her cheeks are bathed in a faint blue glow of her manipulator. I try to push forward to close those last few inches between us, but the wind roars in my ears, and it keeps me hovering in place.
You are absolutely right. We better not kiss then. After all, distance makes the heart grow fonder, but so does no contact.
That's just mean. What the? I've never heard of that. But kissy. I can smell a faint trace of berries on her breath as she shoves me away with a small blast. I teeter backwards, scrambling to find my footing. Leanna watches me, clearly amused. Heat rises in my face. She giggles.
Well, I better get going. The sooner I file this report, the sooner I can move on. I'll see you later today.
Yeah. I watch her turn and disappear into one of the buildings with gold lettering on the sign hanging above. It's just as she indicates as the surrounding ones. It's just as intricate. I fucked up that word earlier too. It's just as intricate as the surrounding ones. I guess I better go find something else to do. Ask what Zack and Kara are up to. Knowing Zack, there's one place he'll be for sure, and after what transpired between him and Kara in Bridgewick, I guess that Kara is with him. Following my hunch, I take a familiar trek back to the inn, and make a couple of wrong turns, but all in all, I find the inn without much trouble. And just as I expected, Zack is at the bounty board. I begin to approach when I spot a familiar, long, luxurious brown ponytail come into view. Kara joins Zack at the board and smiles up at him. He glances at her, then folds his arms. They stand like that for a few minutes. Then Zack turns to face Kara.
Hey, Kara.
Yeah?
He hesitates. Kara arches her brow.
I'm gonna go get my dischargers checked out.
Oh.
She blinks in surprise, then fixes him a curious look.
Okay.
Do you wanna go with me?
Aww, look at him. He doesn't know how to ask her on a date. That's so cute. That's adorable. It's like, I don't know, it's like what I used to see in high school. Because I never got a date. But like, no, I would see that shit. This is like, this right here. Her eyes widen.
You're asking me to go with you?
Yes, and don't reject him.
Yes.
Like, me and you?
Yes.
As in us?
Yes, lady, what do you not understand?
Yes.
Together.
Really?
Do you wanna come or not?
No, I'm busy.
Ah! I feel this. You wanna know why? Because, don't get me wrong, I've never, like, actually got a date, but I've got rejected before. And, it just hits you like a knife. Zack chokes, yeah.
What?
My reaction right there. Kara giggles.
I'm just kidding.
And that's what I've always wished that happened in my head. That she would just say, I'm just kidding. But she's like, no, I'm busy. Doing something else. That's not with you. Then just runs away. I'm exaggerating that point, but it's basically that, you know what I mean? Like, no, you're ugly. I don't want to be near you. Get away from me. She latches onto Zach's arms and snuggles against his bicep.
I'd love to come with you.
Zach's face turns pink. He coughs.
Yeah. Well, all right.
You know what? I think that would be my not gonna lie, if a girl would be like, "Oh my god, yes, I wanna go with you." That's my expression right there. Yeah, well, alright, because I don't know shit. Together, they begin to walk out. Neither one of them notices me. Can I come? Now, you gotta be proud of you, bro. Not gonna lie. But I hope he doesn't say anything like out loud. I watched Kara and Zach walk away together, flourishing with pride. A single mad tear rolls down my cheek. Look how far my bro has come. Watching their retreating forms exit the inn, I quietly follow them out. I guess they're a bit occupied. Maybe I should do something else to pass the time. I decide to spend the remaining time on my own. I headed back to the marketplace. After browsing the stores, I feel strangely nostalgic. I recognize a few of the items being sold for my first time in Illumia. I have mixed feelings about that. Have I been here so long that things which previously made me wonder how now become normal? Either way, this is probably an indication that I should meet back up with the others. I don't want to dive into this rabbit hole again. Looking at the dark void, dark void, oh. As I head towards the end, I run to Leanna in the streets. She grins, her cheeks flushed as she pauses to catch her breath. I glance at the mountain of groceries huddled in her arms.
Hey!
My stomach gives a pleasant little swoop at Leanna's voice. Hey, ready to meet the others? She giggles.
Actually, since you've been such a good boy, I think you deserve a reward.
Reward? A good boy? I've been a good boy? Just wag my tail. I'm a good boy. I don't think I'm ready for that. Just tell me when and where. Does it have to do with free food? Since, you know, if you've been watching the series, since I'm an anime protagonist, a blush smears my face. I'm fluttered, but maybe we should take things a little more slow. Leanna raises her eyebrows.
Oh, did you want an appetizer first?
My heart skips a beat. What?
What?
My hands start shaking. I stuffed them in my pocket so she won't notice. Oh man, my heart is absolutely pounding. Listen, you don't have to do something like this. Leanna cocks her head.
Something like what?
Whatever you got planned, it could wait. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready. I'm the best at waiting for... I glance at the grocery in her arms again. Suddenly, it clicks. Really? It clicks now? My guy? For dinner. Yep. Fine for waiting for you to cook dinner. Leanna blinks.
Are you okay?
No, this guy's not okay. Yes. I let out an uncomfortable cough and turned my head away. My face feels like it's on fire. Maybe we should get going. Leanna chuckles.
I agree.
And are we frozen? Yeah. I don't know why it freezes like this on me. Like, it freezes sometimes and it's worrying. Because it's a... Okay, here we go. Because it's a visual novel and like the other games don't freeze on me, you know? Where are we going to go cook this... Where are we going to go cook this up?
My place.
Your place? She smiles and nods.
Yeah, I live here in Illumia.
That makes sense. She must have to stay at the inn last time to keep an eye on me. But even more importantly, Leanna is inviting me to go to her place. Alone? My pulse quickens at the thought. I nod at the grocery bags. Let me help you with those. Leanna smiles graceful.
Thank you.
She shuffles a few bags into my arms. They're a little heavier than I expected, but nothing I can't handle. I follow her through the city until we come to a small cluster of apartments. She leads me into a tall stone building and then shows me inside. And I'm gonna end it right there. I know I'm ending it right there. And you're like, no, Gat, I'm hard. I want more of this story. Why are you doing this? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Why? Why? Because I am an idiot that recorded this video very, very late. And I gotta wake up tomorrow to go volunteer. You get what's happening? Like, it's gonna be 2. I gotta stay up for like an hour or 2 just to edit. And I gotta wake up like at 8 to go volunteer in the morning. So I'm gonna be fucked up because I'm a bad planner. And I apologize for that. And I'm sorry. It's because there's a lot of fireworks, man. But hey, yeah, you're making too much excuses right now. Doesn't make your fault. And I'll see you next time, okay? Okay, if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification to see new videos I post every day. Well, mostly every day. And leave a comment, man. Like, I saw one today and it made my heart just like, ah! It was like, they comment on my first video, it's like, what was it? It just made my heart, let me look at it right now. I'm not gonna read all of it, but it's basically like, you're making good video and you put effort in it, you know what I mean? And it sucks that you're still a small channel, and it's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, you. It's just, I like you. Oh my god. That one's keeping me going to make these videos, because, don't get me wrong, like, I like how I get views, but at the same time, it's like, I'm like, what if, you know what I mean? What if I'm doing this for nothing? But, no, it's stuff like that where it's like, it keeps me going. Okay, I'm gonna end it right here before I start rambling. And you know me, when I go rambling, I can't stop until I'm like, hey, stop. Okay, if you like this video, like, subscribe, and leave a comment, you know? Okay, I did all this. Okay, well, this is farewell, and as always, bye-bye.